Hi guys, today I want to take you to southern Italy, located in the heart of the Campania region, to a place just north of Naples, a 40 minutes drive from Naples, called Caserta. We'll go on a journey to one of Italy's most magnificent and lesser-known treasures, the Royal Palace of Caserta. That is, Reggia di Caserta. Often referred to as the Versailles of Italy, this royal palace is a stunning example of Baroque architecture and opulent design. Let's dive into the history, beauty, and secrets of this incredible palace. Did you know that the first written reference to the bidet shows up in Italy in 1726, precisely right here at the Royal Palace of Caserta? Somewhere around the latter half of the 18th century, Maria Carolina of Austria, Queen of Naples and Sicily, is said to have requested a bidet for use in her bathroom at the Royal Palace of Caserta. For those who don't know how the bidet works, you simply do your long calls here the normal way on the toilet, wipe off your bum, clean with tissue paper, then shift the ass over to the bidet, where you use soap and water for a fresh clean ass. It's the best thing, especially for women during their cycles, leaving your genital and anal areas quickly clean. Hi guys, my name is Lucia. I do travel videos all around Italy and thank you for visiting here today. So in this video, I'll be taking you through a quick history of the Royal Palace of Caserta. The Reggia di Caserta is a huge monumental building with important architectural, artistic, and natural heritage. It consists of the Royal Palace, the Royal Park, the English Garden, the Wood of San Silvestro, and the Caroline Aqueduct, and has been a World Heritage Site since 1997. In 1751, Charles of Bourbon, that is Charles VII, King of Naples, commissioned the construction of the project to the architect Luigi Vanvitelli. Charles wanted the Royal Palace of Caserta to be the symbol of the new Bourbon government, powerful and magnificent, but also modern and efficient. The Royal Palace of Caserta is not only the largest palace in Europe, but one that is the grandest, most visionary, and the ultimate expression of the Baroque form of art in architecture. The ground and palace hall of this massive 18th century complex spans 47,000 square meters, and it is recommended that you hire bikes, a horse-drawn carriage, or use the shuttle bus to make the most of all of the sites on offer. A quick history: the construction of the palace began on 20th January 1752 as Charles VII, King of Naples, envisioned a palace similar to the Palace of Versailles, commissioning the architect Luigi Vanvitelli with the monumental task. Designed by the renowned architect Luigi Vanvitelli, the palace was intended to rival the grandeur of Versailles and serve as a symbol of the Bourbon dynasty's power. Vanvitelli's masterpiece features over 1,200 rooms, a stunning chapel, a grand theater, and an expansive park stretching over 120 hectares. Under King Louis XIV of France, Versailles was the center of all political and social action in France. Charles had a similar idea. The palace would be home to government, university, library, and in general, home to every important function of the Kingdom of Naples, a small city that blended into the natural scenery of southern Italy. And there is another similarity between the two kings and palaces. King Louis XIV of France built Versailles so he could get away from the chaotic Paris that he hated and feared because of the violence he had suffered under the Parisian mobs. Similarly, King Charles VII of Naples feared the violence-prone city of Naples, and Reggia di Caserta was his solution to the problem. However, Charles VII did not see the completion of the palace. Drawn to the more powerful crown of Spain because of his Bourbon blood, King Charles VII of Naples became King Charles III of Spain in 1759, leaving the massive project to his son, King Ferdinand IV of Naples. In time, the palace would survive the frequent Italian wars, Italian unification, and both world wars, looting, and even bombings. The beauty of the palace would lead the Italian government in trying to restore and recover the looted furniture and decorations of the looted palace. More recently, the palace is a museum and has served as a movie set for box office blockbuster films such as Star Wars, Mission Impossible 3, and my all-time favorite, Angels and Demons, based on the novel by Dan Brown. As soon as you step inside, you are greeted by the majestic grand staircase, a true marvel of design and engineering. This staircase leads to the royal apartments and is adorned with intricate marble details and towering columns. It's easy to see why this palace was the pride of the Bourbon kings. If you've watched the movie Angels and Demons, you will remember this scene. The interior of Reggia di Caserta is a testament to the lavish lifestyle of the Bourbon monarchy. The throne room, with its glided decorations and stunning frescoes, was used for royal audiences and ceremonies. The royal apartments, decorated with exquisite tapestries, furniture, and artwork, provide a glimpse into the luxurious lives of the palace's inhabitants. Generally, great constructions like cathedrals and palaces will take decades or centuries. More importantly, they would go through different eras in art and architecture, meaning that they would also involve different architects and designers. Because of aesthetics and attempts at retaining the holistic ideas behind the constructions, the final product usually results in things of beauty. With Reggia di Caserta, there were no fears that the final product would possibly come into conflict with the original conception. Reggia di Caserta is regarded as grander than even the Palace of Versailles, because the entire complex was the product of a single architect's imagination and planning. This remained the case even when the original architect Van Vitelli died in 1773. I would argue that the palace is more grand, more magnificent than it is beautiful. It is a place full of ideas. For one, Charles VII demanded that the architect install a grand staircase similar to the one in Versailles. This would establish the king's majesty and focus all attention on the king as he descended towards his court. 1,200 rooms would house the court, alongside the nearly 1,000 fireplaces, theater, library, dozens of state apartments, and the before-mentioned army barracks. There are pavilions, courtyards, and courts, all meant to provide a home away from home for Naples nobles and the administrative officials. The palace had some 1,742 windows in total and was designed according to a rectangular pattern with arms to the sides. As for the throne room, words cannot describe the grand magnificence that is light and color as sunlight streams in via the massive windows and doors. With the white stone of the exterior, the palace appears as if floating or suspended in the air. Simply put, you have to be here to really appreciate the greatness of the vision behind this palace complex. But the opulence doesn't stop inside. The gardens of Reggia di Caserta are equally breathtaking. Inspired by the gardens of Versailles, they feature beautiful fountains, sculptures, and water features, including the famous Great Waterfall. These gardens were designed not just for leisure, but to impress visitors with the kingdom's wealth and sophistication. Among the highlights of the palace's grounds is the English Garden, one of the earliest examples of an English-style garden in Italy. Commissioned by Queen Maria Carolina, this garden offers a serene escape with its picturesque landscapes, winding paths, and exotic plants. Just like Versailles, there would be a great park designed after the Baroque fashion. This meant fountains and statues, water canals, and water cascades propelled by the hydraulics, and an English-style botanical garden. Here are a few tips to visiting Reggia di Caserta. Firstly, summer is not the best time to visit Reggia di Caserta if heat is not your thing. It's brutally hot, though you could decide to walk along the bike path where there is shade, but it's still hot. A hat and a water bottle and lots of sunscreen is my recommendation. There are direct trains from Naples in case you don't have a car, and if coming from Rome, there is a direct speed train which takes about an hour. The Caserta railway station was built right in front of the royal palace in 1843. The reason was simple: to allow the Bourbon sovereigns to reach the palace directly by train. Having a tour guide will regale you with the in-depth story behind the history of the palace, including when both Nazis and the Allies may have looted the Great Palace. If you choose to do it freestyle, there are visitors' guidebooks issued at the entrance and a bookshop. A visit here might even take you all day, though half a day is more likely. Fortunately, there are toilets available on the grounds and you might even get to use a bidet yourself. Restaurants are available and so are luggage storages and bike rentals. Then, after exploring Reggia di Caserta, walk through the main town of Caserta and also sample the food of this region. In general, you can never go wrong eating food in the Campania region of Italy. So these are the few classic typical dishes in the Campania region. Pizza margherita. The traditional pizza margherita consists of tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, and a drizzle of olive oil over basil leaves that top a typical wheat dough. It was first invented in the 19th century in honor of Queen Margherita of Savoy's visit to a Neapolitan restaurant. Buffalo mozzarella is a famous cheese made from buffalo milk. Spaghetti con vongole, my favorite, is simply spaghetti with clams, a classic Campania dish. Spaghetti con vongole is popular in the Amalfi Coast, the islands of Capri and Ischia, as well as around the elongated Campania coastline. Risotto alla pescatora, the classic rice dish of Campania, highlights the stunning seafood of the coastal areas in the popular city of Naples and the charming towns of the Amalfi Coast. While risotto is associated more with northern Italy, risotto alla pescatora blends the richness of the rice base with the refreshing, briny flavors of the sea. The name reflects the nature of the dish, which, when translated, means fisherman's risotto. Then there is the tartufo di Bagnoli Irpino, the black truffle. You simply can't go wrong in the Campania region when it comes to food. That's it guys for Reggia di Caserta, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching. Please like this video for the YouTube algorithm and hit the subscription button for more videos across Italy. Until next time, ciao ciao!